That's right. That's right. शिव शंकर शिव शंभो महादेवा शंकर शिव शंकर शिव शंभो महादेवा शंकर शिव शंकर शिव शंकर शंभो शंभो हर साईनाथ शंभो हर हर भोलेनाथ शंभो हर साईनाथ शंभो शंकर शिव शंकर शिव शंकर शंभो शंकर शिव शंकर शिव शंकर शंभो शिव शंकर शिव शंभो महादेवा शंकर शिव शंकर शिव शंकर शंभो नव 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 रुवरे घन 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 घटावरे नव 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 रुवरे शंकर घन घन घटावरे हर हर भोलेनाथ शंभो हर साईनाथ शंभो हर हर भोलेनाथ शंभो हर हर साईनाथ शंभो शंकर शिव शंकर शिव शंकर 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 Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for the legend.
What a great evening this is becoming so far. And I would like all of you to give a special round of applause to all of you, because on a Monday evening, on a working day, can you believe the hall being full? So thank you so much, Bay Area, for this support. We really are honored with all your presence here today in supporting this wonderful cause and such great musicians who've come all the way from India. Before I start sharing a little bit about the cause, I want to share a very short story of a 25-year-old boy a few years back. His only aim in life was to buy a fancy car. So he started saving a lot of money for that. But unfortunately, one day, when he was going to visit his spiritual teacher, his car met with a very bad accident. Literally, the car went into a truck and the car was completely smashed. But this boy walked out without a single scratch. And that evening, when he met his spiritual teacher, he told him, looks like you're saved from the car accident. And he was surprised. How did he know about it? And then he goes on to say, did you see how fragile the car is? Why don't you instead use your saved money for care instead of car? And that inspired this boy. And the following week, he visited a village in rural parts of Andhra Pradesh, and he found a 70-year-old man who was making 7 rupees a day, which is around 10 cents. And all he could afford to eat was just rice and salt. You heard it correct. It's rice and salt. If he got a chili in a week, he considered himself extremely lucky. Now the problem is, because of this excessive rice, he developed diabetes. The excessive salt, he developed hypertension. And these are two diseases you cannot cure by giving care once every 6 months or a year. It has to be regular care. Every week you have to give the medicines for him to have it every day. Now that's what inspired us to start this foundation. And you might wonder who that spiritual teacher was. It is His Holiness Sri Satya Sai Baba from Puttaparthi. And you may wonder who that boy was. It's the same person standing in front of you and talking. So on the 2nd of October, which was a very holy day, our father of nation, Mahatma Gandhiji's birthday, in 2006, we started this wonderful journey. And I'm proud to stand here and say, ever since, for the last 10 years, rain or shine, our volunteers have always gone there every week to these villages to provide free healthcare and free food. And we have not even missed a single day in the last 10 years. So that we consider as a great achievement. And if you look at this, these people from the villages start crowding for the food, because that's the only nutritious meal they can get in a week's time. And that supplements all their vitamins and nutrients and so on. And then we provide medical camps. It's not like ordinary medical camps. We actually have a patient book, a medical book for each and every villager, so that the next week when they come, we have a follow-up. And if there is a new doctor coming to this village, he knows exactly what conditions this villager is going through. And more than that, now recently we've started computerizing all this data. Have you ever heard of a villager's health record being computerized? Unheard of, right? We are actually doing that. And in addition to that, we found the need to be so much more. So we had to come up with better technology solutions, because we all live here in Silicon Valley. What is the use of technology if it cannot serve these people? So last year, we launched the world's first integrated bus, which actually has solar panels. It has a mobile healthcare clinic. It has a mobile education center, as well as it has a water purifier. Now, what really inspired us is when we visited a village in a place called Chhattisgarh, which is in the central part of India. There was a village we visited called Parsada. In that we found a small lake. In that lake, the buffaloes, of course, were bathing. People were washing their clothes. And guess what? The children in the village were drinking that same water. Now, how is that even acceptable for us? We consider ourselves to be technologically supreme, but how can we allow this to happen in the same world that we live? So that's why we developed this bus, where this bus has a water purifier powered by the solar panels, and it goes to the villages, and every villager can fill up 20-liter cans with pure water. Now believe me, that pure water can cut down 50% of all the health problems. And not only that, these children whom you see here have not even attended a school, even once in their life. They don't even know what a school is. Look at the excitement in their faces when they see full-fledged multimedia projection and all sorts of technology being used, not to give them complete education, but ignite the spark in them that this is the way to a better life. And then they get inspired, interested, and they want to learn more. They start going to school. Otherwise, no matter how much food you provide, midday meals and so on, they just don't want to go to school. Whereas with the interest that you generate, they really want to go to school. And we recently collaborated with Stanford University and hosted a conference called the Science for Society. And we're coming up with a concept called as Ideal Village, which will be the first of its kind concept for creating self-sustaining communities where with the energy that we generate and the sustainable agricultural income that we generate, we can automatically run all these healthcare, education, water initiatives in a self-sustaining manner. And that project, we believe, can totally scale if it works, if it is proven. So that is our goal for next year. Now, despite all this, there is a tremendous need. No matter what medical camps we provide, some children are dying because of their heart problems. Now, this baby whom you see here, Twinkle Sahu, she was detected with a heart problem. But her parents were making less than $100 a month. And as you all know, any cardiac surgery in India is at least $5,000 to $10,000. How can they afford it? And every day when the parents looked at the child's face, they were facing death. And they came to such an extreme measure in their life that they wanted to end all their lives. But thankfully, we didn't let that happen. We actually built a hospital which is shaped in the form of a heart. It literally in the physical heart of India, in a place called Raipur in Chhattisgarh, this hospital provides surgeries for children, heart surgeries, completely free of cost. And their parents were so happy now that they actually want to send all the other parents who are suffering from similar children to this hospital. And the best part is the mother of this baby is now committed to becoming a nurse in the hospital because she wants to be a volunteer. She wants to help out. That to us is true transformation, right? And this hospital was built in a record 9 months' time. And on the first day, Dr. Sean Sethi here, who spoke earlier, had the privilege and honor of performing the very first surgery on the first day of inauguration. Very rarely that happens in India, right? So since inception, there have been a lot of surgeries done, and you can look at the statistics. People from all over the country come to this hospital and get heart surgeries done completely free of cost. I can keep talking about the numbers in terms of, and Sean already shared about this, 2,382 surgeries completely done free of cost. And very few hospitals in the world can actually match this number. But to us, more than that, the real success is this boy whom you see on this picture. We were told that when he was scheduled for a surgery, every day he used to run to the doctors asking, when can I have my surgery? When can I have my surgery? And doctors were surprised because usually children are scared of heart surgeries and so on. But this boy was so persistent that I want to get my surgery done soon. And when the doctor asked him, why do you want to do that? He says, I want to get better, and then I want to go to school, I want to study and become a doctor and come back and serve in this hospital. So that is a true miracle. And guess what? The need is much, much more. It's not enough having one hospital. So we are building another hospital in the capital of India, near New Delhi, in Palwal district, where this hospital is going to be inaugurated on 26th of November this year, in 2016, by our Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji. And the land has already been purchased, the construction is already up and running, and the equipments are getting ready. And we believe, miraculously, this will definitely happen on 26th of November, and hopefully Sean can perform more surgeries there. So this is going to be a milestone, because this is such a landmark mission where it's not only going to impact the children in our country, but all the neighboring countries in the SAARC region, and also in Africa. And we already have plans to build another free hospital in Nigeria, and possibly one in Fiji, and eventually one in America too, if required. So, moving on to education, apart from the gift of life that we provide with these free heart surgeries, we also provide the gift of education, the gift of character building. And we already implemented and running 13 schools completely free of cost, where we provide education as well as boarding for all these schools in those 13 districts of Karnataka. But the plan is to expand this to all the 30 districts in Karnataka. And eventually, our plan is to have this in every district in our country, in India. Now, I'm proud to say that our specific mission is to empower the girls in our country, where we are coming up with dedicated schools for these girls. We already have 3 such schools running. And in a country where girl children, girl babies are said to be aborted and all these atrocities happening, we really need empowerment for girls. And that is what is going to give them the power of sustaining and living in this country. And this is truly nurturing the talent for nation building, because these children are going to become the better citizens in our country, right? Now, I spoke to a friend. He said, there are only 2 people who can save our country. One is high up there. The other one is the NRIs. When I spoke to my mentor, Dr. Abdul Kalam, I was very sad because in 2011, I had to make a decision in my life to move to this country in the US. And I asked him very sadly, sir, is it okay to move to America and leave our country in India? He said, Arvind, it's okay to be a NRI, a non-resident Indian, but it is not okay to be a not responsible Indian. Right? Thanks to that great man, a true son of our nation, who has set this vision 2020 for our country. And that vision should truly be our mission. My dear friends, the only way we can make a difference is to break the indifference. It's not somebody else who's suffering, it is our own people. We have done this so far, and with every one of us, we can do much, much more. So please consider each and every one of you, this is our mission. And together, we can make a better world for us to live in, and that's our Sai Global mission. Thank you once again for your support, and really appreciate you being here this evening, and enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you.
We start off. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. सुनो गौर से दुनिया वालों, बुरी नजर ना हम पे डालो। सुनो गौर से दुनिया वालों, बुरी नजर ना हम पे डालो। चाहे जितना जोर लगा लो, सबसे आगे होंगे हिंदुस्तानी, हिंदुस्तानी। हे हिंदुस्तानी, हमने कहा है। हमने कहा है जो तुम भी करो। सुनो गौर से दुनिया वालों, बुरी नजर ना हम पे डालो। चाहे जितना जोर लगा लो, सबसे आगे होंगे हिंदुस्तानी, हिंदुस्तानी। सुनो गौर से दुनिया वालों, बुरी नजर ना हम पे डालो। सुनो गौर से दुनिया वालों, बुरी नजर ना हम पे डालो। चाहे जितना जोर लगा, सबसे आगे होंगे हिंदुस्तानी, हिंदुस्तानी। हमने कहा है तुम भी करो। हमने कहा है जो तुम भी करो। आओ हम मिलजुल के बोले अब तो यार अपना जहां है सबसे प्यारा। आओ मिलजुल के बोले हम तो यार अपना जहां है सबसे प्यारा। हमने कहा है जो तुम भी कहो। हमने अंबे